This is Hosannaradio, Brother Mitch, Brother Rob, Brother Alvin is in the building, the man of the 2 hours. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Monday morning. DEUS Sports Talk. You know how we do every Monday. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all who support the show. The wife, DEUS wife, DEUS mom, brothers, sisters, like I said last week. Shout out to the whole family. And shout out to the Hosannaradio Church of the Nazarene that support us too, that listen to this show. Shout out to all the youth and the Hosanna. Shout out to the youth everywhere in the whole world that listen to this show. But today is the day that we talk about sports. Talk about sports, and we got a whole lot of news today, man. And I know brother Alvin slowed up. You know what I mean? So let's get right into it, man. Brother Alvin, man, what's going on today, man?
Yes. Welcome to the DEUS Sports Show, another edition. Thank you once again for the Lord to give us another opportunity before we start. We're going to do a little prayer. Father God, thank you for once again for giving us the opportunity. I pray that you continue to be with us and the people that's listening out there. It's another week of health, another week of protection, Father God. We pray for another week of prosperity, a week of victory, Father God. And we thank you and pray that you continue to be with us, continue to have mercy on us and help us continue to walk life and live through life under your grace. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. So, Brother Alvin, let's get right into it, man. What's good?
Yes. Excuse me to keep saying yes, but that's usually nowadays how I start my show. Yes. Miami. It's a great feeling. These weekends are rare. A Miami weekend.
Oh yes. It'd be great.
It's a rare occasion that we have one of these weekends.
Yes, it never happened.
You have the Heat, them spank the Houston Rockets by 20 something points.
Wait, let me talk that ball right quick.
About 20 to 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
You got some unexpected dude named Duncan with the Heat that scored 23 last night. I'm like, what the?
Another ball?
Not only we got Hero, not only we got Nunn, we got some dude named Duncan.
One more time.
Dropping 23 points. Like it ain't nothing. I'm like, whoa.
What's going on?
What's going on? We thought Pat Riley was chilling, but he was working. Okay? And got the Hurricanes beating the Florida State Seminoles. That's a sweet feeling, always a sweet, oh so sweet feeling. Not only did we beat Florida State, I never called for anybody's job, but the Florida State head coach got fired right after.
I can't drop a bomb for that, guys.
I can't drop a bomb.
Yeah, I can't drop a bomb. He lost his job.
He lost his job. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can't drop a bomb for that.
But he even lost his job after that game, which is crazy. You never want somebody to lose their job. Never want somebody to be happy to lose their job. But Willie Taggart has been fired. Gone.
Sayonara.
As the Florida State head coach.
Mm-hmm.
What a mighty fall. Willie Taggart is one of the best coaches, one of the highest coaches, one of the top coach candidates in the nation a couple of years ago when he was coaching Oregon. And they had Oregon, who was one of the top teams in the country. Man, I'm starting to think he should have stayed at Oregon, but he went to Florida State. He wanted a new challenge, and it just didn't happen. But here's the thing, though. I give him his respect. He wasn't afraid to take that challenge, and I got to give him big ups for taking that challenge. It didn't work out. But what if it did?
You're right.
What if it did? If it did, it would have been something big. But the fact that he did just take the chance at it, that's all you can ask for, man. And I'm pretty sure he's probably like, that's all he can ask for as well. Like, he had the opportunity. The one thing that people nowadays don't have is an opportunity. And that opportunity he did have. And, I'm pretty sure he's grateful for that opportunity. And guess what? It's still going to pay him his $18 million remaining on his contract. So,
contract, they signed that contract.
So it's a win-win. He had got the opportunity, and not only he got the opportunity, let him go, and they still going to pay him. So, big ups to Willie Taggart and his family. Now, moving forward, we got the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Breaking news. Breaking news. Everybody, hide your kids, hide your wives. Breaking news. The Miami Dolphins has got their first win of the season after 6 games.
Yeah, I thought it was
after 7 games.
Yeah, I done got so much text message. Oh, at work, man, your Dolphins will be 0-6. I guess not. I can't wait to go to work tonight. I'll tell you straight up, man.
You wait for Jeff, huh?
I know we won one game. You'll be like, well, y'all still lost 7 games. I don't care.
Yeah.
We won that first game.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be 0-16? The only team that's on me and win no game yet is
Cincinnati Bengals, which is surprising to me.
I'm
surprised that Zach Taylor and the Cincinnati Bengals are 0-8.
They start receivers hurt, you feel what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say that he don't gonna change the game when he come back. But hey, that's their business. I'm worried about the Miami Dolphins. One time he did.
Hey.
Yes, Lord.
So, congrats to the Miami Dolphins for winning their first game. And before I continue, let me apologize to the Washington Nationals. Congratulations to the Washington Nationals for winning the World Series last week. The series ending at 4-3.
Boom.
The Washington Nationals are the new world champions in the Major League Baseball Association. Congrats to them. So moving forward, number one pick. That's not even ours anymore. Everybody want to tank for Tua. Well, guess what? We're not number one anymore. We're winning games.
Oh yeah. And I understand you're trying to go. That's what I said. I understand you're trying to go number one, but don't mess up my season like that, man. It is what it is, man. You want to have some other quarterbacks that's in the draft or whatever it is that's in the draft we could get, and they're gonna make an impact. But for us to go in, to me, I'm so happy they got that win. I don't care about that draft no more. I don't care who gonna be the first pick. I just trying to finish this season right. Knowing that we're not gonna go to the Super Bowl, I'm not for a fact. But it's trying to win the rest of these games or 2 or 3 more games, whatever the case might be. But I'm so happy. I can't say no more, but I'm happy.
So now we're at number 2. We're listed as number 2 in the draft. Number 2 in the draft. But everybody say Tua's going number 1. How can we tank for Tua? How can we wait for Tua if we're not number 1? But here's the thing. I'm actually glad we're not number 1.
Yes, I am too.
Let me tell you why. Majority of the time, when you have a number 1 overall pick, especially, and the number 1 overall pick is a quarterback, you know what though? Half the time that quarterback is not good, bro. No, for real, bro. Like,
you're right.
half the time the quarterback is not good, bro. That's number 1, dog. Jameis Winston. Look, he balled out yesterday, but this man throw interceptions like crazy.
Like water. Like he opened the T-hole, that's how his interception is.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then You got other top 2 picks in the recent years.
Mm.
Marcus Mariota.
Oh my gosh, I'm talking about that.
Then you got the quarterback for Chicago right now.
Mm. Oh yeah. I heard
He was
that.
number 2 overall pick.
Mm.
He's so inaccurate. It's not even funny. It's not even look, that's a serious matter as an organization. They're worried right now that they made the wrong mistake.
Okay. Jesus Christ, man. They saying they worried? Oh man, that's not good.
Do you know what number in the draft Lamar Jackson was?
You first number.
32.
32?
Do you know what number in the draft Minnesota was? I mean, Teddy Bridgewater was? He was like in the 20s, late 20s, if not number 30. Do you know what number in the draft Watson was? Number 15, bro.
Talk my brother.
Do you know what round in the draft Russell Wilson was? He was in the 3rd round. Do you know what round in the draft Dak Prescott was? He was in the 4th round. Do you know what round in the draft Tom Brady was? He was in the 6th round. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what number or what pick you get. It's about talent evaluation. This is gonna make people laugh. You know, it's just for a giggle. Do you know what round in the what number in the draft Ryan Tannehill was? He was number 8. He wasn't number 1. He was number 8. That was just a laugh. Just for a laugh. It wasn't serious, guys. He ain't that bad though, but he's not a star quarterback.
Oh man.
So my thing is talent evaluation, bro. And you know what? Bill Belichick, I got to give him credit.
Oh yeah.
He's been a pain in my behind for years. Over a decade now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's the best to ever do it.
Of course.
I'm starting to realize how he's the best to ever do it. I'm starting to realize what he does. I'm starting to figure it out.
Talk to us what he do.
Okay. I realized this weekend when I was watching football. Right? Okay. The Dolphins, right? Let's use my team as an example, the Dolphins. When we draft the 1st round pick or the 2nd round pick, right?
Yeah.
We stay with him for at least 3-4 years to try to develop him so he could eventually be good, right? We try to eventually hope that he's good. Give him a chance, give him more chance. We stay with him, we deal with him. Meanwhile, the position, the overall team talent is suffering because we're trying to develop and we're trying to force someone to be good or hope that someone will be good, right? But really, let me tell you what Bill Belichick does. Bill Belichick, I started to realize what he do. If a player comes to the team, to the organization, he has a certain criteria of what he wants every position, everybody on the team to do, right? And the leash is so short. This is the problem with other teams nowadays, and which I guess is a problem. We have long leashes with people that is incompetent on their certain position or what their job they're supposed to do, right? Bill Belichick's leash is so short. I just realized this, right? If a player comes to the team, the Patriots, and he wants them to do have a certain criteria, a level of play, right? If they're doing he just wants you to do your job. That's all. That's his level of expectancy when it comes to him. Do your job. Don't make any mistakes. Just do your job. Right? So now here's the thing. If you go a week not doing your job, okay, he gets on your behind, coach gets on your behind. Tighten up, brother. Tighten up. 2 weeks go, still okay. Tighten up. You're going to probably be on the bench for a little bit. The time on the field gets reduced a little bit, this and that. Third, fourth week, you're still not doing your job. You're still not doing an adequate job. You're getting cut off rip. He's not even playing with you. If you're not doing your job, he'll find somebody else who's just doing an adequate level of what he wants. Off rip. He don't even give them a leash, a long leash. If you're not doing your job within like at least a month, you're getting cut. It don't matter if you're a first round pick. A first round pick, he'll probably give you a year or two, right? You should develop this and that, whatnot. But if you're not a first round pick, second, third, fourth, and on, or free agent, he's giving you a month. If in a month you're not doing your job, and if in a month you're not working or being at an adequate level of how he expects you to be, bro, you're getting cut. First, it's pretty much a progressive discipline, right? The first one is, all right, your play on the field gets cut. If you used to play 60, 70 snaps on the field, now you're playing 30, 40 snaps. If you're still not doing your job, right? If you're still not doing your job, it goes from 30, 40 snaps. Now you're just a backup, right? So now, as a backup, don't get it twisted. You're still coming in and out of the game to do certain spots. Now you're just spot duty. Whenever somebody needs a break, you going in, you spell a couple plays, this and that. So now, you're a backup, you go in there a couple plays, and you're still not doing your job adequately? Man, when the week's over, and it's, resting time and break, practice days and stuff like that, you get cut. He has a very short leash. It makes sense. I started to realize that. It makes sense. Because I'm sitting there, bro, on a Sunday night, and I'm looking at the Patriots. I'm like, yo, how is this team always good? How does this team stay good? Right? And then during the game, they put up their off-season acquisitions. I see certain players hurt, cut, like literally, like released. Players that he signed in the offseason, released. I'm like, man, I'm starting to see what he does. He puts in players until the position is an adequate performance. That's what he does. He doesn't care who you is or what round you is unless he was in the first round. Because he needs that position on the field to be at optimal level at all times. He has no time for somebody to learn on the job. He has no time for somebody to be on the field messing up and just trying to learn how to play the game while he's on. He has no time for that. That is a no-no for Bill Belichick. It's either you coming from the league, and if you trying to, he pretty much, this is his philosophy pretty much. If you're trying to get paid, if you're trying to make a living for your family and you're in New England, you're gonna have to actually earn your money, because ain't nobody gonna just sneak through here and collect a check. It ain't happening. So if you're on that team, there's something you do adequately well on the team, and that's how he does it. So if you're just a gunner on kickoffs, you have to do that adequately well. You have to do that at an optimal level. No ifs, ands, or buts. You have to be one of the best gunners on that kickoff team in the league, period. All you're doing is running down the field and trying to make sure that if he coming your way, that you make the tackle. You got to do that the right way. If you can't do that, he'll find somebody else that do that. He'll give you some time, like a month. Once he realizes that you can't do it, he's cutting you. He's putting somebody else in there that can do it. And that's how Bill Belichick keeps his success. He has no sympathy when it comes to players. This man actually tried to attempt to have another quarterback. Tom Brady's in it too. Garoppolo, if stuff didn't turn the way it turned, Garoppolo would be the quarterback for the Patriots right now. Tom Brady would be on another team right now if the owner didn't step in. Tom Brady would have been on another team for at least 2-3 years right now if the owner didn't step in. Bill Belichick, what he does, I'm trying to explain it to you, limb by limb. I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to dissect it for you. This is what he does. Because nobody can understand, how does Bill Belichick do what he does? It doesn't make sense. You win every year, bro. The Dolphins, right? For 10 years, our one problem is not the quarterback. See, people think we have a quarterback problem, man. People think we have a quarterback problem. We do not have a quarterback problem. We don't. We do not have a quarterback problem. You know what our problem is for the past decade? Our problem is, for the past decade, is our offensive line. For a decade, we've had the worst, in my opinion, the worst offensive line in the league. The worst offensive line in the league. It don't matter what players we draft. We draft first-round players. You know, we'll have a couple good studs on the line every now and then. But as a cohesive unit, we have never, once again, I may repeat, we have never had a cohesive offensive line. People feel like it's the quarterback. It's not the quarterback, bro. It is not the quarterback. People feel like it's the quarterback. It's not the quarterback. We could have the Matt Moores of the world. We could have the Ryan Fitzpatricks of the world. We could have the Ryan Tannehills of the world. We could have the Jeff Fielders of the world. We could have the Cleo Lemons of the world. It's not the quarterback. It's the offensive line. If you can't block, you won't have a successful offense. Period. Point blank. And here's what Bill Belichick does. He'll draft a couple of first-round picks every now and then, right? He'll give a first-round pick a year or two, because you're a first-round pick. That's investing some big money on it, right? But besides the first-round pick, right? If a player that's on the offensive line is not doing his job adequately at a level that just a bare minimum okay level, let's just put it in layman's terms, a bare minimum okay level. I'm breaking it down as simple as I possibly can. Every position on that team, if you're not doing your job at a bare minimum okay level, you will get cut. It don't matter who you is. And guess what? He'll find somebody on the street. He'll find somebody on a practice squad somewhere and somebody else's team and bring them in. And if they're doing it okay in a bare minimum okay level, you're staying on the field. You're starting, bro. Because that's all he wants. He wants you to just do your job. And if you have if you have a multiple number of players, because on different teams, you'll have players doing, like, a handful players doing of just a handful players doing a great job. Then you'll have other positions on the team that's not doing that well, that's giving up passes, that's giving up blocks, that's getting double teamed, that's not getting to the quarterback, or not getting the rush, defensive ends not getting to the quarterback, defensive tackle not getting to the quarterback, middle linebackers not, seeing the field well and whatnot. But then you'll have certain good 5-star players, certain star players that will cover or, stop the bleeding, I might add, right? But Bill Belichick, he ain't got time for star players covering other people's behind. He wants the star player to worry about his job. He wants the middle linebacker to worry about his job and do his job. So now when you have multiple players, not star players, when you have multiple players, okay players just doing a bare minimum of okay job, doing a okay job, that's better than having 5-star players. If you have 30 players that are just okay doing their job, that's better than having 5 or 6-star players. It makes sense. It makes sense. I never thought about this. So that's what he does. He's like, you know what? It's a numbers game. If I can have 30 players that are not star players, but 30 players that are okay, that just do their job on the field, don't make any mistakes on the field, they're probably not the best players in the league. They're probably not a top 10 in their position, but if they're just doing their job, not making any mental mistakes on the field, that's all he wants. We over here looking for star players on every position. He's just looking for players that are doing an okay minimum, a bare minimum, okay job on the field with no mistakes every play. That's all he wants. And when you have that all over the field, guess what? Your team is going to be better than most teams because you're the only team that has every player on the team on both sides doing their job. Not making any mistakes, holding their blocks, getting to the quarterback. It makes sense, bro. And if you're not doing it, you're getting cut. Last year, you had Josh Gordon on the field. He came back after suspension. He balled out. For them 8 games, he had almost 1,000 yards in 8 games. He got, mentally, some mental stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? He had to go, right? This year he came back. Guess what? I guess Josh Gordon was not doing his job at a bare minimum okay job. And what happened? He released him. He put him on IR. Off rip. He don't care who you are. Now he's on another team. Bill Belichick is a business, man. He runs it like a business. It has to be a bare minimum. You have to do your job at a bare minimum. Okay job. Remember that. Remember this phrase. Bill Belichick, his team, a player on his team, if a player is on Bill Belichick's team, has to operate at a bare minimum okay job. They do their job at a bare minimum okay job. They don't make any mistakes. How much more can I break it down to you? This is what he does. And if you do make a mistake, you're getting cut. He's not even playing. Bro, he could start 53-man roster right now in week 1. By week 8, at least 15 players are new. He didn't start with those 15 players because he cuts them. He moves on to the next player. And that is what I'm starting to realize. We got play on Dolphins, right? That have been doing bad for years upon years, and we still have that hope. Okay, they're gonna do good. They're gonna do good. If Parker, that's on the Dolphins right now, was on the Patriots, if he got drafted by the Patriots, he will not be a Patriot right now. You see how Parker with the Dolphins, he's still with the Dolphins, right? This man's been with us for like 3-4 years. Guess what? Year 4, he's finally balling. He's finally playing at the level we expected him to play when he first came in to the league. But what? It took him 3 to 4 years to develop and to be that player that he is right now. But guess what? If he was on the Patriots, he would have got cut after his second year. He would have been on another team right now. And that's the problem with most of these teams. These teams are holding on to players and hoping that they eventually develop. Bill Belichick, he wants you to be at a bare minimum okay level once you come in the doors. And then if you become a better player moving forward, okay, that's, kudos to you. Look at Butler, the quarterback. He was an undrafted player that replaced another player that was not doing a bare minimum okay job. And what happened? He got that interception in the Super Bowl, which changed his career. Guess what? This man stayed at a bare minimum okay job for multiple years with the Patriots and ended up becoming a really good quarterback. Guess what? Now he's in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, balling. He's a good player. So this is something that I realized a little bit. There could be other intricacies of how he operates his team. But for me, this is something I realized just sitting down and just watching his team operate. It's something that I just realized. I'm like, whoa, more teams should be doing this. It's cruel because he'll cut you within a year or two. He'll cut you within 4 or 5 weeks. But as a fan, you know that whoever's on the field is doing a bare minimum okay job. So, these Patriots fans out there, you must love it. You gotta love it because your team is operating at an optimal level every week, every year, year in and year out. And I'm starting to this is what I've realized watching Bill Belichick. So we're going to get into a break right now. And moving forward, we'll get into more sports, more Miami sports, just in general, man. This is the DEUS Sports Show, live every Monday, 10 a.m. to noon. We'll be back.
Hosannaradio. Shout out to everybody once again. I was kind of doing some things in the back end. So I'm back. Hearing Brother Alvin going off. Going off, guys. So we're back. Let's get it right into it, man. Alvin was good.
Also, letting everybody know you can also catch the show after the show on Hosanna Space Radio 305. Hosanna Space Radio 305. We're doing something new. Trying to get you really in tune with the show.
Yeah.
Now, see me on YouTube if you can't catch it on the app, and you're able to, when you're more on YouTube. Now, here it is. We got you.
That's every Monday right here, man.
After the show, it'll get uploaded on YouTube. Hosanna Space Radio 305.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get back to it. We got a new sheriff in town. Who
this guy is?
His name is Lamar Jackson.
Wait. And where he from?
From Broward County.
I still gotta show my respect because that's still Florida.
Florida.
I'm from Dade County, but Teddy from Broward County.
You got Teddy from Dade, Lamar Jackson from Broward, and you got Jacoby Brissett, who's from West Palm.
Woo-wee.
So we got them boys in there.
We got them talent.
We got them boys. We got talent that's in there. doing their thing at quarterback.
Mm.
We understand we got talent all the time doing things all over the place and
Sure.
on different, in different positions.
Mm.
But to finally have talent from Palm Beach County, Broward County, and Dade County doing things in the NFL at quarterback.
That's love.
Now that's love.
That's love.
That's love right there.
Uh-huh.
We got new sheriff talent. It ain't Tom Brady, bro. It ain't Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady got voted out as sheriff, man. I think, hey, man.
What happened, Jeff? Sorry for saying your name. Jeff, where you at?
Listen, his name is Lamar Jackson, man. That's that dude. Man, yesterday, man, as I said earlier, was watching the Patriots game. Yes, I'm a Dolphin fan, but I'm watching. See, me, I like greatness. I got to acknowledge when greatness is greatness. You feel me? And the New England Patriots, that's greatness, man. I finally said, you know what? Who are we kidding?
Who are we kidding?
That's just greatness right now. Let me watch it before. Let me stop hating for a second and start watching this team before I can't watch it anymore. Before Tom Brady's gone. Before Bill Belichick say, you know what, I'm retired. So because I don't want 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now, me regret just seeing. I'm not just literally just watching the game and to see how good this team really was and stuff like that. So yesterday, I sat down and actually just watched the game. Got home from church. I'm like, you know what? We got a game on. Who is it? Baltimore versus the Patriots? Let's see how this goes. Because we already seen that Lamar Jackson been snapping since he started playing this year. People say he couldn't throw. I even thought maybe he couldn't throw. You said he could. I said maybe he can't. We haven't seen that he could. I got to give you credit when credit is due, Mitch. You the one who said. You said that dude was finna snap. I said I wasn't sure. I need to see him throw. So I stand corrected. That man can throw the football.
Nah, that's the type of person, man. And I said it. Remember, I had said it. I was like, yo, it's not only about him throwing the ball. The man can run.
Yeah.
The man can run. He's gifted. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he been proving it ever since the beginning of the season. But people were just looking at his oh man, he a runner, whatever the case might be. But yesterday, man, I'll let you explain that. I can't talk right now. Go ahead. I'll let you explain that.
Yesterday, against the Patriots, man, I watched something that all season, and not even just all season, throughout the years, I always watch Bill Belichick in the defense have an answer for everything. And if not have an answer, if you come to him with something that he's never seen in the first half, this is the one thing you'll see Bill Belichick do, right?
What is that?
Now that I am on YouTube, right? So now I gotta have to actually have a show description. So if he sees something that he's never seen before, and he's like, hold up, what the heck? What's this? What he'll be doing, right? He'll be like this. He'll be like this the whole time. The first half, he'll be like,
yeah.
He'll be like,
you trying to get that what's going on?
So he like,
oh, that's funny. I think that's funny.
Right. So what I'm doing right now, he has a notepad in his hand with a pen, and he's just writing play after play that he's getting gashed. Writing play after play. What's going on? All right, this just happened. All right, that just happened. All right, this just happened. All right, it's like a computer loading stuff that is foreign, loading stuff that he has never seen. And then once he gets to halftime, all right, now this is what we're going to do. Let's see. All right, they did this, they did that, they did that, they did that. Okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. Not even for the offense. Offense is straight. It's just the defense that he's talking about. Because it's his defense that they're attacking. So, exactly. So then when he come back, second half, you're like, all right, we got you. We good, right? Mm-hmm. He makes adjustments. He makes adjustments. He's one of the best adjustment quarterbacks in the league. I mean, best adjustment head coaches in the league. So when the second half comes, and he's still getting gashed. Now he's like, what the heck? So now you see him on the field. He'll try to, any little mistake on the field, he'll catch up on it. He'll bring it to the refs. Then he'll start. You'll see him on the TV cursing like, what the F? This and that. Da da da. That's when he gets frustrated. Then you see Tom Brady. I never see Tom Brady on the bench, sitting there for a long period of time and just waiting for his chance to play again.
To come back on the field.
That has never happened before, man. Shouts out to Lamar Jackson for doing his thing. And he was throwing the ball, running the ball. He was
eating them
up. I've never seen that. A defense. And the thing is, it's like the defense, they're not used to that.
No, they're not.
They're used to this 1, 2, 3, 3 and out. All right, let's go sit down and chill. They go first down after first down, going down the field on Debbie, like, what the frick is going on? Then you have the quarterback, the middle linebacker, he's on the sideline, he's going off, he's mad, like, let's go, this and that, what the heck we doing, da-da-da, this and that. And guess what? Man, they was getting gashed. They're on the field like, what the heck is going on? Right? And I'm here like, I'm at home sitting down. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, whoa. I'm seeing something that Bill Belichick don't have an answer for.
Nah, he don't.
And the offense is called the pistol offense. It's when you have the quarterback on the center, you have a running back behind you, and then you have a running back beside you with a tight end beside you. So it's like a triangle. I don't know if you ever watch it.
Yeah.
When they play, you see like a triangle during the off, like it's like a cone around Lamar Jackson. It's called a pistol offense. And college, teams do it. And high school teams do it. When I was in high school, my team did it, stuff like that. But, and then you had timely turnovers that the Patriots would do. They never, Julian Edelman fumbled a football last night. Do you remember the last time he fumbled a football? They said it on the telecast.
Oh, yeah?
They said when was the last time he fumbled a football? 3 years. It's been 3 seasons since he fumbled a football.
So
he hasn't fumbled a football in 3 seasons. How do you go about not fumbling a football in 3 seasons? That is amazing. Everybody fumbles a football at least once a year. It's just human mistake. But to not fumble a football in 3 seasons, man, hats off to Lamar Jackson. Hats off to John Harbaugh for moving away from Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was the NFL Super Bowl MVP. I remember when Joe Flacco came to the league. I'm like, man, this dude's a stud. They had a good quarterback. But it's hard to move away from a Super Bowl quarterback when he brought you to the Super Bowl and he helped you win the Super Bowl and he won the Super Bowl MVP. But here's the thing. When you win the Super Bowl MVP, it gives you leeway. Once you win the Super Bowl in the league, it gives you automatic 10 years in the league. Automatic. You can be back for 7. You can win the Super Bowl in year number 3, right? You the Super Bowl MVP. Let's say after that Super Bowl, you get paid and whatnot, right? You can go literally 7 years and being bad for 7 straight years. But because you have a Super Bowl, you can play and you won't get cut because you have a Super Bowl ring and you led them to the Super Bowl. So you have a leeway for literally a decade until they finally realize, you know what? I think it's time for a change. That's exactly what happened this year with Eli Manning.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They got rid of him.
Eli Manning has been bad for at least 5 years now. But because it was Eli Manning and he brought you to 2 Super Bowls. 2 Super Bowls, not just one.
And won both, right?
And won both. Against who? The New England Patriots. So if you got somebody that did that, of course they have but eventually, it's inevitable that they will eventually come to the realization that it's time to go. It's time to get a new quarterback. And that's eventually what happened with Joe Flacco and Eli Manning.
Mm.
So now, they finally made that call. People were skeptical of Lamar Jackson throwing the football. But my thing is, why were you skeptical of Lamar Jackson throwing the football? He won the Heisman at a college called Louisville. No disrespect to Louisville, but he won the Heisman at Louisville. That's not a college powerhouse.
Mm.
And he went over there and won the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't win the Heisman just by running the ball.
Nah, you throw the ball.
You win the Heisman by you have to be throwing the ball too.
Mm-hmm.
And he was throwing the ball at Louisville. So shouts out to him. Tom Brady had 30 for 46, 285 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Just that one interception is rare. Just that one interception, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Lamar Jackson, 17-23 for 163 yards and a touchdown and whatnot. And then here's the thing. The New England Patriots, their defense is based on the running game.
Oh, yeah. It is.
They stop the run. That's the one thing they do. That's their that's their bread and butter. And guess what?
They stop
Mark
the run.
Ingram, 15 runs for 115 yards, a 7.7 average. That means every time he got the ball, he ran the ball for 7.7 yards. Then you have Lamar Jackson, 16 rushes for 61 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So that means he was 3.8 yards every carry. So that means every time he ran the ball, he ran it for 4 yards. Mm-hmm. So that means if he wanted to, he could have ran 4, 4, 4 first down. 4 because it's only 10 yards. So 4, 4, 8 plus another 4, that's 12. So every 3 runs is 12 yards. So he could have ran all game and had a first down every 3 runs. So that's how domination. That's how much they dominated the New England Patriots last night. And it was a sight to see. It was a sight to see. Because we don't see that often. We don't see greatness being punished on a play-to-play basis like that. Hats off to John Harbaugh. This man almost got fired last year. This man almost was on another team.
I ain't gonna lie. If this season not going the way it was going,
he would have got fired.
He would have got fired.
So this man did what he had to do. Guess what? Shouts out to you. I commend you. Now you got another quarterback. Now you're going to be the coach for the Ravens for another 10, 15 years. So now let's just move on to the scores of the rest of the league. Let's go around the league. We're going around the league right now. All right? So now we got, of course, you know, the Jets and Dolphins. The Dolphins beat the Jets 26-18.
Ooh.
The first win since week 14, 2018. Do you know what win was that? That was the Miami Miracle by Kenyon Drake.
That's playing real well right now.
Exactly. That's exactly what you gonna get me started, bruh.
You
gonna get me started. Hold up, bruh. The man gonna get me started. Oh my God, don't get me started, bruh. I'm for the snap, bruh.
Oh man, that boy's for the snap.
I was watching that game yesterday.
I was watching it too.
What was it, yesterday or Thursday? Or one of those days?
It was just no.
It might have been Thursday.
Thursday, exactly.
So,
Thursday.
Kenny Drake had over 100 yards of total offense. This man ran for at least a 60-yarder. Literally. Ran for a 60-yard game. Kenny Drake. And you want to know something? You want to know something?
Talk to me.
We had that player. We had him on our team. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. So, shouts out to Kenny Drake. We all knew what you were, brother. We all knew you was a talent, brother.
Yes.
So,
he was a talent, man. So we happy for him. But, you know, Hey man, you're on another team right now, so I can't really salute you like that, man. So it is what it is, man.
So okay, Dolphins beat the Jets 26-18. Ryan Fitzpatrick was balling last night. Yesterday, this man looked like he's back to Fitz magic. We out here talking about we taking for Tua. You guys got to be careful. We ain't looking like a team that was taking yesterday. The defense was stout. We was stopping the run. We was rushing the passer. Ryan Fitzpatrick was throwing darts. That didn't look like a number one a team that's going to be in the top 5 in the NFL and the draft. So, if you're a team that want the Dolphins to lose, you guys should be really worried right now.
Oh yeah,
because Coach Flores looking like he's trying to coach his team up to be a good team right now, not next year, right now. So, I don't know who we even got next week, because whoever we got next week.